This is our study guide, number 9 through 12. These are all difference of two squares, and we know that because that's what the directions tell us. But we'll go through and just review what this difference of two squares is. It has a difference. It means we're subtracting two terms, and then these are both squares. So we could actually take the square root of both of these numbers. So when you factor, we're going to open up our two parentheses. We're going to take the square root of the first term. We're going to take the square root of the second term. And then remember, one is positive and one is negative. And the reason that is because when we multiply this out through FOIL, the middle terms would cancel out. It's that idea of that conjugate. So that is our final answer. Number 10. We have 2x squared minus 72. Now on this one, you'll notice that it is not, you can't take the square root, and that should set something in your brain saying, oh, wait a second, there's a GCF. So you pull out your GCF 2, and I'm left with x squared minus 36 when I pull out the GCF. From here, we're going to factor the inside. So we keep the GCF 2, open up two parentheses, square root of x squared is x, square root of 36 is 6, one is positive, one is negative. That's our final answer. Number 11, we have x to the fourth minus 16. Now this is an even exponent, which means we can still take the square root of it. So you'll open up your two parentheses, and x squared times x squared gives me x to the fourth, and then 4 and 4 give me 16. One is positive, one is negative. There's nothing left that we can do with this, but you need to look carefully because this one here is a difference of two squares. So we got to keep factoring. So you keep your first one, x squared plus 4, and then we do our second one where we factor this. Square root of x squared is x, square root of 4 is 2, one is positive, one is negative, and now there is nothing left that we can do to factor. And then our final one, number 12. We have 3x to the fourth minus 3. So we need to pull out our GCF because they both have a 3, and that gives me x to the fourth minus 1. Now we're going to go ahead and factor this difference of two squares. So we open our two parentheses, x squared times x squared gives me x to the fourth. We get a 1 and a 1 here. One is a positive, one is a negative. There's nothing left that we can do with this binomial, but if you look at this, we have a difference of two squares. So bring down your 3, bring down the x squared plus 1, and now let's factor that last binomial. So x times x gives me x squared, 1 times 1 gives me 1, one is positive, one is negative. That is my final answer.